Of course it's Adam, isn't it? You know, you ban away Darius, you ban away Olaf. There's obviously one choice left remaining as well.
You gave me a bit of a bait and switch because I got to speak
Lands
to
as well. We get a blooming blow to follow through as Jackies tries to play the hard game, but it is warded there by BDS, so they know exactly which one is the real Callista. As Ignar is waiting over the wall. I don't think this is done. BDS really want this red buff, and Peach now going to be the target. Gets auto-attacked as well. The damage great. Peach down to first blood. I mean, BDS have been separated, but it's only Ice who's been left to the wolves. Giant X for a 1-for-1, but now BDS still with the slow here. On to Patrick. They've taken his flash. Ignar out with the crash down. We get a trade-off. So many summoners taken as Lebrov tries to get a little bit more.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out who the winners of this exchange are. I think you have to say BDS. Sheo secures the first blood for BDS, and he's
objectives, by the way. The Void Grubs on the top side, now down to the Drakes as well. You've got such a perfect opening with 500 gold lead, of course, going towards the jungle, but also you look down towards the bottom side. There's a CS lead and a gank coming through. If Patrick dies here, it could be 99, end of the line, and the quiver comes out. Ice with one, as in meanwhile in the mid lane, Nuke looking for the solo kill. Jackies doesn't have the flash available, but the ult to slow down time. Dissonance just out of range. Jackies gets out, but
what GX are doing is the way that they use their mid prio to move into that bot side of the map, right?
Okay.
Every time that Patrick and Ignar have an ability to push, they flash in.
Flash Shattering Strike, as you said. Lebrov out with the 6, and he's not there. Flush away from Ice. He has nothing to stop him. Sonic Wave hits from downtown. That's just peachy for GX as they neutralize bot again.
Great play from Ignar. The initiation onto Lebrov. Even looks like for now they're not. They're just hovering around. And they will get vision, but it's too little, too late. Objective secured.
After the fact, I mean, Ice is walking into vision here afterwards. Ulti used by Patrick. Ice, bit of a mistake. He gets ignited down. Might be a trade here in the end, but Ignar stays alive. The flash over again. Jackies is proving his worth. A double kill over to Patrick and Ice. There's a lot of question marks around that one.
They're looking for more. A kick into the wall. And that should be a finish-off kill.
See you later.
Peach. It will be a trade back for Lebrov, but a 3-for-1 in favor of GX. I think they're going to be happy with that.
I think you'd be more than happy on top of the
Constantly moves first into the river. The bot lane with their prio has Ignar moving up first, and they're just utilizing their wave push to be able to move. We've got a big wave happening right now.
Hey, let's go. Hey, it feels like home. Hey. Now, this is great. What is something to
The torrents are getting crap! Oh.
It's old LimeWire. I don't want this to stop, honestly. I'm enjoying this. Feels great. Well, while we work on that, sorry guys.
We survived the tidal wave.
Good while lasted. No to you, mate. We're just highlighting anyone. Look, I'll bring us back. Don't worry about that. I'm going to tell you one thing. I see a first item lease in there, Betty.
Oh, arrow misses.
I see an arrow as well. I see lockdown flying through, but it might be a turnaround. They haven't killed Patrick until Ice flashes for the shutdown. That's one good thing, but Jackie looks for the solid Pop Blossom, finds it and gets a trade. But in the meanwhile, as BDS try to chase him down, they are tangled up. It's a 2-for-1 special in the end. And GX caught out through the mid lane with BDS's great gap close.
Yeah, I mean, BDS doing what they can to find a nice punish. They bring Adam into the fight. He has to commit both the flash and the ignite. But you look at the cross map, all is pretty much dead even. The dragons are even. The grubs are even. The Herald is up. But for both these teams... Oh,
Shockwave. Yeah, it doesn't end there, does it? I mean, Peach again going for the steal. Sheo finding his blue buff this time around, though. The kickback was smooth, but can they transition into anything? Fate's call from Patrick. Lebrov is a sitting duck, and now he's going to be targeted down with Patrick's excessive damage with Blade of the Ruined King. He makes himself king in yet another play.
A 3 versus 4 that's
towards the top side with the Herald and at least the last remnant of, well, Jackie's used that time in the Herald to try and get something bot side, but Shockwave catches him unaware. Pop Blossom in return, try and get himself out, and he's got good damage. Gets it all out, the Protobelt to get some distance, but over the wall, here comes Ice to find him. Hail of arrows, one more auto, a much needed kill for this virus.
They have control, they have the push in the bot side from Jackie's. He's now going to move through the river and clear out that vision. But it's BDS, found the arrow.
Onto the jungler as well, Chains Corruption, Shockwave, that's triple ulti, but they've taken out a key piece towards this next neutral.
Yeah, a very big pick onto Peach. He does have the flash, but he wasn't able to react in time. Now Jackie's trying to stay in the fog of war.
Everybody gets a prize, but which one is real? Onto Lebrov, this TP could be game-changing, but Jackie's with the Hex play, Tangle Barb's out. Auto Armne, though, maybe the true hero, as he can't find any follow-up, but the re-engage is massive. They over-command for Giant X. They're going to get out of there. 2 already down. and BDS are just whittling away. They're all lethality, but it doesn't matter at this point in the game. The Shale is bopping them on their heads. Giant running away with their tail between their legs, and for the cost of Adam, now they've got 4 alive that can stare down the Baron.
TP flank, but I say that no TP available for Nuke. They know the Baron is being started.
Look, Adam has to walk up. Remember, again, no teleport. So if this goes down fast enough, BDS are going to have a numbers disadvantage. There's that teleport finally from Odo.
Jackie's.
Excuse me, you're exactly right. There's
I'm
a
wrong.
shockwave. No, Odo comes in, absorbs the damage, though. They're still doing the Baron. Cassante doesn't die as Adam runs on in to be a nuisance, but Ignar on the backside in zone control. Heaven as Jackie's runs on in, finds Duke with the solo. The Baron's already down, remember, but Jackie's now going to be the next target. Adam has one chase as that Graves ulti makes it another. Here we go. Adam will not die, does not want them to live. And Odo, as he zones out the Baron enhanced recalls, it's all a ruse. They're trying to get out in the nick of time. Peach does have a bit of gap close to get out of there. But will he be able to get the Baron enhanced recall? BDS chase him down. They know exactly where he is on vision. But still, you gotta say, even if they can get Peach in the end, 2 for the cost of the Baron when you're down in gold.
I think he has a way to get out of this, you know. If he cues onto a minion.
Got him.
Then the W.
Hey, one more turret shot though. He's close to dying. I mean, Adam is a treadmill.
Movement speed though. Ignar gets the stun and the blast of the arrow.
Still lands on him. Still chasing. Shares there. Flashes. Now Ignar might be in a bit of trouble. They're going to teleport on this from Ginex trying to save their jungler to having to use the Fate's Call to get out. It
means that that's going to be started. The pings have come down. BDS know that this is happening, and here we go. This could be the game, the fight that decides the game.
It should, right at this point in the game. Dead man's for Adam to chase him down. Watch that Garen as the health bars are getting whittled as well. Giant X aren't doing this the fastest, but you can see on the back end, Jackie's is waiting for that opportunity as he disguises himself. All members in view, all members in plain sight. For their first win, BDS need to take this fight, but as the flash comes through, it's Adam who jumps in first. The shockwave hasn't come out yet. I'm looking for it, as BDS don't even need to pull the trigger. They found the beautiful pick. Odo is whittling down. There's no true damage with the ulti left because Adam doesn't have it, but Baron has still been aggroed at 2K. Sonic Wave execution. Shockwave from Nuke. You beauty. The denial, the punch in the face saying, no, we ain't getting denied another win here today.
And it's off the back of Adam's Garen. Completely one-shots Patrick.
Yep.
Does not give him an opportunity to breathe. And off the back of that single kill, all of the damage disappears for GX, which means that BDS now make their way towards the Nexus.
And with the Baron and 3 grubs of their own, look at the structures fall. Inhibitor in the blink of an eye. BDS need this win desperately. It's only a single round robin. When you're up against the Giants, you stand strong. As BDS looking for the last fight, but it's a great Pop Blossom. Jackie's on his debut. Yes, they look great, but he can't follow through yet again. Adam's on the Nexus, it's bare bones, and BDS finally open up Winter 1-1.
It was a very back and forth game. Even if one team got a slight lead, the other would quickly shut it down.
Yeah.
It was this very close back and forth, but it was Giant X that decided to force the Baron.
That's something that I want to look at and see if there's gonna be something spicy in there.
I think it was also smart by SK to 4-pick mid instead of top lane, because Movement is known for having a lot of spicy counter picks.
Fog of War, so they know. But look at where enemy jungler is. El Yoya's on the other side of the map.
Stealing away the red buff, I don't think that... Oh, Flash!
Flash, but does it execute? I mean, you only get one. Super's free firing under turret. It's so messy. SK is... There's a bit more damage to come through, but Super still getting hit hard. The Ignite burns it out. As for now, they survived. The dive thwarted. A couple of flashes burnt.
Away the entire top side of Isma's camps. The fact is, Super still has all of his summoner spells available, and Isma is trying to force this play.
It makes sense. Again, with Extra Kick, they kick him away, though. The route back on down. The crash down works, but Isma's a hit away. Super finds him, but as the expiry comes through, Isma will still die, but it's the kill in the end from Extra Kick that pays out with that double down dive.
If Isma had been able to get a single hit onto Super, you can see that it's going to be a difficult contest from SK. Dos and Isma are in the area. Oh, Irrelevant's found a window to roam down. Are they going to look for the fight?
Well, the bass drum has erupted in the crowd, so maybe it's setting up for the play as El Yoya is not level 6. He can't negate the damage, and Irrelevant is just taking him down by himself on this Renekton. Flash matched over the wall. Irrelevant does it again, but with the flashback Merwin, that was clean. Makes it a 1-for-1 in the end, and you have to say, the guts from the top laner of SK looks good.
I don't think SK can threaten a dive here.
Yep.
So I think he's not taking any damage. We've only just started and still making fun of AD carries.
Yeah, still the same. All right, come on, extra kick. There's the flash, handshake. But can they do it with the ignite down and the rend?
Not quite.
So close. So that Poppy doesn't even have full item.
Merwin didn't flash, by the way. That was flash ignite burn from DOS, and now Elyoya might be able to punish.
Yep. I mean, again, using quite a bit. For SK, X kick also taking a bit of damage, but Spear's going in onto the Dragon, teleport committed. Here comes Isma. That ulti big as well on the backline for SK. In a bit of trouble, it's X kick first to go. That's their big damage source, but that three-man knockup could turn the fate. Niski runs on in, but can't get the finishing touch onto Super as Merwin sends them away. They get a bit of space from SK as two have dropped. Two on the side of MDK as well. It's an even trade.
Shift damage onto him, and notice how Irrelevant's being completely zoned away. This gives Mad Lions an opportunity for collapse as Niski fights for Scowie.
Zoning it on the top side, Niski still does a lot of damage through here, but for SK, is it enough to buy them time and turn onto Mad, who are moving towards the Herald at 2.5k? It's secured over to SK, but
Super.
Irrelevant on the backside. Super runs into him, and there's so much damage coming through, but Irrelevant can't finish the job. Isma tries to get in range, they turn for Elyoya, and they might have just found their fight. Niski cleaves it up, and SK with a quick two-piece feed. Lock it down. Opportunity.
Opportunity.
There's more opportunity in the game, but not literally
You know
the
my
item.
brain immediately went Omreka. Hang on.
Whoa, Titanic is strong. Who knew?
Oh.
Titanic is strong. And Elyoya shows us how it's done.
That felt personal. He, he flashed in onto Niski. Niski thought he was safe. He knew he was on the weak side. He was playing defensively, trying to secure the Krogs for himself. But Elyoya, he saw something that we did not, and he was very quick.
On the top side, is getting punished hard. You can see Betis, I mean, SK are moving up to try and stop this push coming in, but Isma's by
TP
himself for the
from
time
Niski.
being. You mentioned it, teleport coming through, so Niski's angle's there with ulti and level 11. Flash also available. Isma trying to buy time, but it's three members of Mad. Elyoya is still doing a lot of damage. His X-Kick now flying through, but that three-man Magnustorm buys him so much time. Niski running in, wait for that Shuriken flip onto Super, but he doesn't take it. Instead gets execution. Here's Mer, when he goes golden as the flip out, means that they've got no members left remaining, but Niski's still alive. You can see this man is still alive as DOS flash ulties, gets two members, Niski jumps back in. How are SK members still alive? Mad under their own turret are getting thwarted as Irrelevant flashes in as well. This team is crazy.
SK ace Mad Lions Koi, just short of 20 minutes into the game, and SK are going to quickly convert this into the Baron. I think they just might. Elyoya will be alive. The HP is very low, but on spawn, they're going to go straight for it. What a turnaround from SK to blow this game wide open.
And again, another big talk point about Kalista, I'm sure is going to come through, but SK surprising us all. A 3k gold lead, a Baron that'll elevate it even further. And you know, the Mad Lions fans came out to play. I hope that one guy who was here yesterday for SK, Irrelevant, is coming through. He's like, yep, they're there on the purple worm. It's not going down that fast. Niski positioning for the teleport, and they're like, okay, we're not going to threaten the end. Instead, we turn for the fight.
Scowie doesn't really have anywhere to go.
Not at all. I mean, he won't be involved if they just turn for the fight. Niski's damage at this point is huge, as we talked about before. But what does the play end up being? I mean, Frescowie now in an opportune angle. If he pulls the trigger, Merwin's going to be the first one there. This is janky as Isma runs on in. It's a great engage, though. And from DOS as well, that ulti. Absolutely gorgeous. Irrelevant jumps on in with a flash. Niski is still alive. This guy is James Bond. He never says die as he runs on in for a double. Nesquik, you are a beautiful drink.
SK are going to continue to clean up the fight. That's another ace. They'll give their mid lane over as sacrifice, but SK, just like that, are looking to end the game.
I mean, again, watching this team fight has been exceptional. And Mad looked great yesterday, but overcome by SK, who seem like they're on the train. I was looking before, I'm saying, who's getting on the Mad train? I feel like the train's going the other way. It's SK today.
We're not talking about him, but Execute 8, 1, and 5. The kind of silent carry in this whole fight is Irrelevant, and Niski are on the front lines. It is him on the back line cleaning up and dealing this damage, and it's going to be enough to bring him the win.
Well, at least with the spawn timers coming up, we have to question a little bit more, don't we? Super in 3 seconds. Nexus turrets are going down. SK fighting to hit down this Nexus, but Mad back up. LEO are going to be the first to die in this little grudge matchup. They don't have enough damage to get the Nexus. Too many members of Mad stand there, but
look
they're
at the
looking for the
stacks.
Rand. You're right, EpicSkillshot bopping away. Merwin saves the game, saves his life. They will hold the defense for now.
They know Dragon spawning in 35 seconds. They need to get these resets off. Niski will play around. There is not, like, when you have a Renekton and an Akali and a Rel all diving on top of you, they're your immediate concern, which just allows EpicSkillshot to free hit away. We thought this Poppy was going to be a problem, but Poppy doesn't know which problem to deal with.
And the problem is, as soon as you get close, if you get past all that many, then you have a Renata who presses ult, who presses handshake. There is so many for Mad Koi.
EpicSkillshot doing what he can to create this pressure. SK has said, you know what, there's an open Nexus, screw top lane, let's just keep pushing in mids.
Why not? Fight it out with this Akali, 4-4 and 7. Doesn't need the Rabadons to end the game.
There's Isma. They've got to be careful of Merwin, though.
Well, handshake, though. They're doing a lot of damage.
There's the
EpicSkillshot is
steadfast
outside. You're right. Look at him go. EpicSkillshot is just fighting away. The steadfast meant nothing, but he as Niski deals with El Yo-Yo on the side. The grudge is real. Niski shows him what's up, as Frescowie is just there to say hello. Nexus now going to be battered down, and SK are looking mighty fine with their 2-0 start in winter.
A commanding stomp from SK. Look at some of these scorelines. 1-1-18 from Isma, 1-0-18 from DOS, 11-1-6 from EpicSkillshot. Really, it was only Niski that was dying, but to his credit, he was dying for his team.
Those two elements. It's going to have to be playing so far back. No Gale Force in the game, remember, so he can't just dash away. I mean, we're all saying our thanks to Papa Freak for that one, but it's going to be very difficult. What is Blue? Only at 4 camps so far. Can look down towards this bottom lane. Mickey and Hansama only level 2.
Yeah, so Bo knows that Yike's not on this side of the map, so this dive should be easy enough to pull off.
Flashes forward. Bo starts to tank Mickey with the root, though. Bo will fall 1-for-1. Targamas gets a kill, and Mickey gets another. Both the supports now on the board.
Yeah, cross-map response from Carmine Core, seeing Yike try to pressure KaboShard. They get the kill on
Pink bars next to the champion portraits on the side, showing us the XP. Yike now looking for that repeat gank. The top is so hard to get into. KaboShard is stunned up, will be stunned as well by the Spectral Maw. Cabo tanky enough, but now though as Yike flashes forward, the red buff is enough as G2 get their second kill of the game.
Man, this is a top laner's nightmare. KaboShard at the down, but Bo's actually looking for the gank instead of the objective. And he's kind of gone across all of the vision here.
That's good movement from Bo. Bolt breaking across the wall. Targamas flashes forward, gets the kick. Mickey with a good hook. Bo rooted up. Upset flashing forward as well as Hansama. No summoners is taken out. Bo secures the kill. Mickey trying to keep the wave away from his tower, but can't do so. Yike nowhere near the area to assist. Slicing Maelstrom in the top lane forces KaboShard out. Has hit 6, so he has the unstoppable force and the flash to get away. Yike will go into...
Does now mean they'll have that one stacking, and we'll see what Soul eventually comes to spawn. See if they can get the next one as Mickey flash forward.
Targamas looking for Upset, gets the knock up onto Upset. No flash, no cleanse. And with Hansama and Yike here, Targamas with a breath of life, but it's not enough to save himself from death. Now Upset's caught on the wrong side of the rift. Mickey low, Upset takes him, but Yike answers, follows suit with a kill of his own. Saken coming in, the pop blossom flashed away, but the airborne still lands, sees the assist as well. Hansama could heal, but he can't get the shurikens down in time. Yike trying to trade 1v2 as he takes out Saken, and now Yike has a whole litany of spells at his disposal. Dashes in with a heartbreaker, and has broken the hearts of the KC faithful here in the crowd.
4-0-1 for Yike. That was a huge fight for G2. They kicked off because they knew Upset for the gear for this meta.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, right?
It is.
It's going to be fun watching these two teams battle it out on the rift as well. Carmine Core trying to get control around the dragon. Mickey going in, Bo jumping across the wall, and now Mickey's isolated from his team and he'll be shut out. Yike still looking for more. Hansama with Infernum. Gravitimus Broken Blade has the flank on here. Upset has flash and cleanse, uses the cleanse but still gets stunned. Broken Blade exhausted though as he will fall. Yike going deep, and it's a huge fight for Carmine Core as they wipe away G2.
Bit of a separation of focus there from G2. Broken Blade has the angle, but he can't really get into multiple members.
Pushing through mid, Carmine Core aren't answering it. They seem to be willing to sacrifice their mid tower for this. As you can see, Hansama still pushing forward. 2,000 HP on the Dragon, and G2 have given up trying to contest. Third Drake of the game over to Carmine Core. KaboShard gets the flash out. There's the hook, but can you really follow up on this? Because the rest of KC are on their way in. TP behind. Broken Blade has flash and slicing Maelstrom. Bo has to flash the wall. Upset flashes away from the roof, but there's the slicing Maelstrom. The follow-up coming out as Bo falls. Targamas falls, and Broken Blade gets the hell out of there. Blinking health for him. The engage comes in once again, but Yike dodging away there. In the end, Carmine Core take the Dragon, lose 2 kills, and lose a mid-tier 1.
It's quite funny, we spoke about what the setup would be for G2 around this potential third Dragon takedown for them. It kind of happened in the mid lane. They gave up the Dragon, though. That was a willing choice, as now, with Bo dead, 15 seconds on the death timer, they opt over towards the Baron, and it should just about be theirs.
And it's not just about taking the tier 1, it's also about letting that minion wave push up. So Broken Blade can then TP behind Carmine Core, who are trying to answer the pressure. It's a bit of a bait and an outsmart there from G2. Targamas looking for the steal, never gonna get it. Smited away by Yike. Yike doing the right thing there. Some semblance of a gold lead. Press Archon works perfectly.
There you go.
Decent assists coming out. Dash away from Caps. Does still have the flash. Cabo Shard unable to get there before the second distortion. Caps tries to block, dashes back with the distortion. Puts some damage back onto Cabo Shard. The chase will continue. Yike is on his way, can jump the wall here. Misses the Spectral Maw, but the rest of G2 are now beginning to collapse. Bo trying to cut the wave. Cabo Shard flashes away from the Heartbreaker. Bo on the wrong side of dodge now. But there's the pop. Blossom, it lands on 3. Doesn't put too much damage down yet. Hunsummer exhausted, and Hunsummer sent packing to the fountain. In response, Bo will fall. Another hook lands as they try and catch out Seiken. Another Heartbreaker coming out from Yike as he takes out the enemy mid. Yike goes back, forward, back. And Upset tries to dash in and out, but Caps will take him out in the end. Caps looking for more. The tower forfeit here by Carmine Core. Broken Blade trading with Cabo Shard. No flash, no ult on the mouth bite. Cabo Shard stunned up. Should be able to walk out of this, but Broken Blade with the minions might be able to take down this tower. Remember, they have 6 Void Grubs as well.
Yeah, that's
so
a
you
lot
have
of
the true
extra
damage, you have the mites, you have everything taking out these towers for you, and G2 break the base on 2 separate fronts.
We said that G2's Baron power play was looking a little slow, and that Carmine Core perhaps had an angle to look for a numbers advantage. That's what they tried to do, but Caps remains too slippery.
Caps is dead, I think. Although Bo doesn't have any damage. His Black Cleaver Frozen Heart, he just doesn't have the damage to get through them. Targamas shuts him down.
The fleet heal almost came through. I saw the number pop up.
In terms of Summoner, Hunsummer 8 seconds before his flashes back up. Caps doesn't have one. Upsets has both of his, but Seiken no flash, and Cabo 9 none either. Unstoppable Force could be massive in this fight. The TP behind. As Cabo stops to join the fray. Cabo stops the TP. Cabo has a TP of his own if he can get away. Upset trading here. Yike dashing across the wall. Season desist on Hunsummer down towards the bottom side. Those Mickey's trying to protect him. Bo putting the damage down onto the enemy AD carry. Hunsummer winning out the fight, but he can't quite get the damage. Bo will take him. Caps and Yike now going towards the Dragon. Bo down to 500 HP. The base in tatters, in shambles as Cabo Shard tries to defend. Another hook hit lands onto Seiken. Bo with the Vault Breaker across. They've given up the Ghost on this Drake because they've lost the Nexus Tower. Broken Blade's going to be able to escape from Cabo Shard, who has finished a Jack show, but Upset's on his way, and the Seismic Shard will slow him down long enough. You have to feel for Cabo to clap him out, but Broken Blade
He's getting the movement
speed from the Infernal Cinders, and he gets the hell out of there.
Cabo Shard last year can be thrown out the window with one good team fight. So whilst they might be several thousand gold down,
locks down Mickey.
It's okay.
Mickey, no flash, no way out. He's rooted, he's shut out, and that's one down. And as you said, they just shotgun to the face, flash forward. The blast cone, Bo hits it. Hunsummer back, and Hunsummer is found wanting by Carmine Core.
I may have cursed G2, but I feel like Carmine Core won't matter.
Bless Carmine Core, man.
There you go. And they should be able to pick up this Baron, but I mean, again, it's going to come at the cost. Urban Inhibitor, it's going to come at the cost of pressure from Broken Blade on the top side.
Yike can steal as well.
Yeah,
they don't have the tools coming out of the pit. That's the issue. Yike, I don't think he's been spotted. Puts the control ward in. Now they know he's in the area. Clear the control ward out. Yike has no more wards in his inventory. Goes forward. We'll see it's at 4,000. Dodges away from Bo. Upset. Now tanking the Baron. Means it takes less damage as well. 2,000 on it. Yike going forward. Heartbreakers across. Exhausted. And the shutdown comes out. The Nexus Towers, though, the target is G2. Continue to push in. It's a traditional trade. Baron for Nexus, but they managed to hold on. The empowered recall's enough for Carmine Core to have one. G2's composition is they can look for front-to-back team fights. Not the best at it, I'd say, as Upset dashes towards Caps, puts down the Culling. Caps dashes back. Caps already level 18. Continues to try and run away, but Caps just going to fall here. Great play there by Carmine Core. They've given up the Dragon for this, importantly, but they stopped that extra avenue of pressure from G2.
Yeah, I mean, shut down into Upset's back pocket. Cost him the flash, though. Our Fog of War is kind of just gone, so Comical feel very free to push up and secure 2 towers. That's a lot of standing gold kind of put back into their pocket as an engage coming through from Bo.
Mickey with a good buffer there to get the jump back out. Hansama trying to trade with Upset, who cleanses away. Oh, it's the Mikhails who's actually used on him. Mickey with a re-engage, and Upset then uses the cleanse, but shut down by Yike, and now the follow-up continues. Bo tries to flash the wall, but can't get away. Flash forward with a heartbreaker, as perhaps it's Carmine Court who fall foul of overstepping. Broken Blade in the base, Seiken can't hold him. Broken Blade now on the Nexus, Seiken's fallen, and Carmine Court's hope dashed against the rocks here. G2 show why they are still atop of the LEC.
Carmine Court put up a big fight to close that gold gap, but in the end, frankly, it wasn't enough, and it was Mickey throwing out that dredge line at the very end to lock Carmine Court into the mid lane and give Broken Blade that space to just close out the game. Definitely in results, like we just said, feels bad for Carmine Court, but they put out 2 very, very solid looking performances so far.
If they play like this tomorrow, you'd expect on the Fnatic members low enough for the engage to really work.
And this is a really decent Xerath angle for the other kind of side option here of there's not a bunch of hard engage for Fnatic, right? It's pretty conditional.
And you just died. You go for Hilly first. Kazi has the cleanse, has the flash. Razork might just be covering. You can see Douglas making a beeline for the bot lane as well. He's going to spot Razork as he comes across. Flash forward. They look for Hilly first. Blood. Jun stepping forward. Razork tanking. Jun's going to try and get out of this one as Kazi tries to turn it back around. Cleanses away, and now Douglas is here to join the party. He gets 1, he gets 2. 1 over to Kazi, 1 for Douglas himself. And in the end, Kazi surviving needs back to mid, but Humanoid can move first. And Douglas might be in a sticky situation. Humanoid's about to finish his recall. Razork catches out, Douglas catches out Razork, gets the knock up, and Humanoid finished his recall and didn't think he could come and help. Humanoid doesn't have a TP and could overstep. Do you go for objectives? All of these possibilities as the Pathmaker is used in the top lane. Oscar in and gets the all out as well as Razork goes in. Photon locked up, no mana on him, and he'll be shut out of the fight. Razork finds a gank in the top.
Worry about anymore. Do you wonder whether or not after that 1 gank he will return focus down here? And I mean, he's on top of Douglas right now. Humanoid's here to respond too.
Humanoid with the first move can look to push Douglas back. He flashes over the Emperor's Divide, and now Vito trying to put the damage in, but low on mana. And long cooldowns on the Xerath early on means he can't really do too much to help. Douglas shut down by Humanoid. Kazi trading with Noah and Jun down towards this bottom lane. Both the ultimates burnt from the Fnatic bot lane. And the Sang still only level 5. Only about a quarter of the way to level 6 as well, a long way away from having his own ultimate.
Always forget about levels, yeah. But I do like this lane assignment here from Fnatic as well, because it's just it's a min-max, right? You don't really lose any resources anywhere on this rotation out.
We're not even TPing into top. Photon does still have the flash. Emperor's Divide will lock them up, and the stun comes out, but it's not enough. Oscarinin tanks the tower for days. And now with the grubs and the mites, if this game is 5 minutes longer than it could be, do we win? If we can try to scale up. As Kazi's caught out with no flash, and yeah, Kazi dies. Tidal Wave used on Noah, but he flashes away. Vito lands a bunch of the shots, and it's enough for double for Vito. They picked up Jun beforehand, and that could be what Vitality were looking for. Photon has the TP. He's going to push out top. Razork and Humanoid can start this up. Emperor's Divide available to them, but no flash, remember, on the Azir. Razork flashing forward, lands the knockup. Douglas chipped away at no Crescent Guard, but he flashes away from the Emperor's Divide. Now Vito joining from the side. Long-range artillery mage, doing everything he can. Kazi's now respawned. Noah still
advantage in terms of the TP differences there between himself and Humanoid, but didn't want to pull the trigger, and now it's Fnatic with the positional advantage. They can pick and choose who they go on as Vitality end of the river.
See Oscar in and just blocking their path in. The Dragon over to Fnatic. Vitality can look to push out mid. You can see the ping can look towards the top side. Instead, he's just going to join his team. The top lane abandoned by everyone. The minions will crash into each other. Gold wasted, but Humanoid doesn't want to invest TP as Razork goes forward. A 4-man knock-up into the follow-up. The hostile takeover is going to hit on 3. Kazi trying to dash away. Humanoid dashing forward, and Vitality are just routed, but Kazi manages to escape. Hellesang falls first. VTO low as well. Kazi very low, but Vitality walking away wounded. Still 4 members alive.
So many blinking health bars. This should just be Baron. Even if we get a teleport out, Photon, Douglas is so low, no flash. It feels so limited to find yourself in a position where you can get a 50-50, so they're going to have to just yield the Baron, go towards this Dragon, put themselves on soul point, but it will be Baron picked up for Fnatic.
How quickly you can do this. Humanoid can now TP across, right? And Douglas and Photon are low. It's down to 6,000, but the rest of Fnatic are on their way. A disaster for Vitality, perhaps, as Kazi was spotted as he walked into the bush, and Humanoid slides forward, still has the Emperor's Divide in the flash, but he doesn't need either. to work his way through the Lucian. Dagler's now caught out. Humanoid is so damn big. 5-0-0 now on the Azir. He has DPS up to the 9s. And Fnatic, that blue goes...
Ability haste off of most of the tank items.
True.
They are a lot more about being tanky as opposed to spamming out those spells. Anyway, Humanoid up here by himself, pushing away, chipping away that tower. Daglas, is he caught out?
It's a little bit. Chain of Corruption coming out. There's the root against the wall as well, and Daglas might fall. Razork, the only one there to do damage, though, as Noah and Jun were forced away with the tidal wave. Humanoid now pushing in the top lane. The Baron-empowered minion helping him out, and Kazi's caught again. Feel like I've said that a few times this game. Very difficult for him to play in this situation because of how much of the map Fnatic control, but Kazi a little bit overextended there, trying to defend his tier 2 in mid. Oscarinin trading with Photon. Still yet to die. By the way, Oscarinin went 7-0-8 yesterday, 1-0-2. Not as impressive of a scoreline, but still unkilled on the Rift, and perhaps I've just cursed him as he Pathmakers in, gets a stun onto Photon. Hittersang and Photon trying to do everything they can to work their way through this Cassante.
I can see the riot emote spams in my head.
Can't kill Heartsteel, man. They were praying on the death of a rock star, but it just didn't happen.
Oh, Noah. It's a little bit awkward.
What are you talking about, Willis? Just sidesteps everything.
He brought his blue switch. Oh my god, that's on hit, by the way.
Between them, dancing on a slight offstep, but it will be fine. They'll match up in the end. Here are the super minions, 4 of them so far, starting to hit the Nexus towers. Alongside that, Void Grub damage, and the first tower will fall. And Fnatic are looking to continue their undefeated streak here, go 2-0. BTO locked up. Humanoid tries to chip away at him. Oscarinin is basically tanking the entire world now as he continues to step forward. Kazi forced back to the fountain, and the Nexus in the eyes of Fnatic, but before it, a couple more kills perhaps. The Nexus falls. Fnatic now 2-0.
Very dominant looking game from Fnatic. The bottom lane kind of stomping Hittersang and Kazi for a fair portion of it with the help of Razork on the wings. And eventually it became about that man on your screen. Humanoid was an absolute machine on the Azir. I feel like there wasn't really much an answer in the end, despite that Xerath coming.
Or a team fight begins.
Yeah, this Bard is definitely a pretty big pivot, but I suppose they were maybe kind of concerned about the flexibility of the jungle support, so looking for something perhaps that Kaiser just felt
7th place for the playoff spots. And again, we have to celebrate this, man. It's Yankees. 10 years in the LEC. 10 years ago, I was still trying to be a doctor, for goodness sake.
Wow.
Playing the map, you know, okay. As we said, we perhaps would like them to try and be a little bit more explosive, but they don't need to. They haven't got first items anywhere. They're still getting the objectives. They got 2 grubs to 1. They got a Drake. I mean, a big thing for Rogue is getting at least one of these, because then you stop the Void Mites from spawning. But actually, Zoe had to soak 6 out of the mid wave, because the Heretics coming with Kaiser already have that 6. They get one of them. Marcoon has to flash away, does still have the twisting advance, he dashes back forward, but Rogue really can't come over to help him. Marcoon falls first, he goes Timber, Wonder trading in the top lane as Shigenda starts to heal up a little bit. Nature's Grasp was invested by Marcoon. 1 grub over to Rogue, stops those voices. Watching Oppenheimer after Barbie is a weird experience.
I'm sure
that
it was.
Is a strange thing to do.
Just the tree emote.
Yeah.
Brilliant tree emote.
We have a Maokai in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great to have you here.
Thanks.
He's going to be here for quite a few times this year. Temper Fate goes wide. Marcoon still has the flash. Goes in with a twisted advance. It's 19 minutes. He dies!
I win!
Jamada wins the bet all around themselves so they can see if a Predator comes in. What is hunting the Baron? What is trying to kill it, man?
I'm
scared.
That's a horrible fight thing to think about. Tower for the Dragon, and Rogue stopped the stack, so honestly, it feels good for them on the game state just to talk about the game. I mean,
they might actually look for this.
Marcoon, there's a teleport there.
Flash, twisted advance, teleport behind. Wonder's trying to catch out Marcoon. Shigenda going in. TP also burnt by Perks as he joins the fight. Zoelise already down to half. Temper Fate hits 2. Zoelise is going to have to go in straight away pretty much. He dives forward. Magnus Storm not enough. He'll fall 3-0 so far for Heretics. Wonder flashing. Can't land the Intofu strikes. Perks forced away by Shigenda. The magical journey brings them in. Nature's Grasp will only root up 1. Everyone else can line up behind it. Perks stepped into another route. Trying to get round to clear out this control ward. Jankos chipped away, and Rogue know they need to do some damage because Heretics could look towards a Baron. Relatively tanky early on in the game. They decide against it. Only Elise has yet to finish his support item. There's a bunch of minions there. Just auto them, dude. He's got like 970 gold off it. that he's just not getting the really OP upgrade from the support item, right? He can get that bounty at Worlds. Now he's caught out. Wonder and Jankos chasing him down. The Fate's Call will pull him out. Good tempered bait though, locks them up. Nature's Grasp has been used, so Elise gets the Magna Storm down, but just doesn't have the damage. And now Rogue starting to fall by the wayside. Comp chased away. The slow from the Bard. Cosmic binding into the wall, and Comp will fall. Marcoon, Shigenda, and Larson, the only ones left alive as Team Heretics turn their eyes towards the Baron.
Said just recently, Team Heretics would need a couple of members dead for this Baron attempt to happen, and they found their picks. Now they're on top of the Baron. Larson has Ultimate. That's the only one left available for Rogue, but they're not even trying. They're just going to go and trade this Dragon off, get their second Infernal of the game, and look to Turtle as they will likely fall around 7,000 gold behind as this Baron falls.
There you are. Basically exactly 7.
Poke Varus. This Varus is going to be very, very difficult to get on top of and will still deal a bunch of damage.
So at least though going into the Magnet Storm as they look to engage TP behind as well from Shigenda. Last chance saloon you have to feel here from Rogue. They've already lost their support. Will they lose more? Blackhead pulled back, shut down by Marcoon. Shigenda now in the midst of 3 members of Heretics. Perks yet to join this fight. Marcoon's going to fall as well though. Wonder, Jankos, and Kaiser working their way through the Rogue lineup. Comp trying to do everything he can under the tower, but he just can't do enough. Rogue get 1 kill on the board, but what have they lost for it?
Potentially a lot. It could, I mean, with Comp dead and Larson the only one alive, I'm not going to say the game just yet. Maybe 2 inhibs is just the cost. Team Heretics won't bite off more than they can chew, but Larson trying to get up in Perks' face, stop this push from happening in.
Perks going back in, stunned with the Shadowing Strike, but Larson has to work his way away from this. So Elise crashes down and Larson's able to walk away. Double inhib, as you say. Jamada is the cost, 5,000 extra gold from the Baron power play. And a magical journey leads Kaiser. Perks hangs off in the entirety of the fight. He doesn't have the front line, or the battle's too far away from him. Comp still no flash. Temper Fate will lock him up. The Pathmaker, it slams him into the wall, and back down to the fountain he goes. The Callista has not done wonders at all for Rogue. The final inhibitor in the eyes of Heretics, and maybe even more than that, the game a possibility. Shigenda caught out, Perks stunned for a second. Darking Blade lands the knockup. There's the inhibitor falling. Larson 3 items on the Azir. Is that enough? Will we finally see Rogue raw to life, or will Heretics continue this death march towards the Nexus? Shigenda down to half HP. They just can't get close enough. It's all on Zoelise. But Zoelise with no flash, and Heretics with every dash to disengage. Even the Crescent Guard, a possibility for Jankos just to try and keep Rogue. Have played it well. They've worked the map well. They've found their advantages wherever they can. But often we've seen Rogue having to engage reactively rather than ever proactively looking for those picks.
Yeah, I think frankly, Rogue have kind of dished their own medicine this game. Perks
onto Shigenda, forces the World Ender out. The Tempered Fate lands on one Nexus Tower. Zoelise trying to get on the backline, but there is no one autoing the Heretics backline. Larson and Shigenda alongside Marcoon trying to hold the Nexus. Wonder will fall. The first Nexus Tower follows suit though. And Jankos, Perks, Kaiser, and Blackhead can just slowly work their way through the Aatrox. Larson left standing, all on his lonesome. The Emperor's divide will divide the wheat from the chaff. And this time Rogue have been found wanting Heretics with the win.
Yep, redemption win, if you ask me, after that Heretics performance yesterday. It was a bit of a stomping from Mad Lions Koi, but this game looked significantly cleaner.
Yeah.
A draft all on the same page, and gameplay which, in reality, just matched Rogue's energy, right? Hey, you know what? If they're going to let us hit first item, then practically take whatever we want, we'll do that. And
they did
that's
exactly that.
Exactly how the game played out, and Rogue had no real answer, despite having all those...